Hello and welcome to Caravan Escapades. Hope everybody's keeping safe and well. Well, guess what? We've finally gone and done it. We've got fronts for 2025 booked, and we've got the main site for 2025 booked. Wow, has this been a struggle? The last few years I have left it late, and in fact I think last year I didn't book it till May. But we've been really looking for anywhere from 10 to 14 nights down the south, not too far from the beach, anywhere along that south coast. But we've managed to book a site and we're so excited now. Basically it's 2 weeks in the middle of August, so we're really lucky to book that. And we've booked for Estoril Camping, which is a 5-star campsite, which we have been to before in 2022. So we are looking forward to going back. This will be the first time that we've actually gone back to a site that we've visited previously, partly out of necessity. But I think, you know, we were looking at other sites. I did try and get into some other sites as well, but they literally just couldn't accommodate us. And that's my fault. You know, we should have booked this up last year. But we are going back to Camping Estoril. We are really looking forward to it. We have been there before. Looking at their website and looking at their vlogs and those sorts of things, they have done some upgrades since we've been there as well. So we're looking forward to seeing those. But it's a site we're familiar with. It's a site we know. As I say, there's some vlogs we did back in 2022 that if you want to look back. But yeah, we are looking forward to it. We have got a basic pitch. Again, I shouldn't expect anything more than that, or we certainly booked a basic pitch, but you never know what happens when you get there. I mean, I have asked if there are going to be any cancellations. Please let us know, because we would like to upgrade the pitch. So yeah, we're looking forward to that. Do I sound excited? We are excited. I know things seem to change. Once I've got the France holiday booked, I seem to really step up a notch, get in a slightly better mood, you know, start planning in the back of my mind and start looking forward to when we're heading over to France. Estoril Camping is, and tell me whether I'm pronouncing this right, is just outside San Rafael. I think that's how you pronounce it. I could have it wrong. It might be San Rafael, but I think it's San Rafael, which is not too far away from Fréjus, and in that Nice, Saint-Tropez area. One of the other things that I have booked, which I've never booked before with our French holidays with the caravan, is Le Shuttle. So I booked the shuttle. I booked the Eurotunnel. We have never ever done it with the caravan before. And the main reason I've never ever done it with the caravan before is when I've looked at prices, there has been a massive gap between what the ferries are charging and what Le Shuttle are charging. Particularly, you know, we've got a big outfit. The caravan's nearly 8 meters long. The car's over 5 meters long, you know, 8 and 5. So you know, we're getting on for 13, 14 meters long. So we are a big outfit. And I guess that's why it's been expensive. But this year, so I looked over Calais crossing, midday crossings. So everything was the same and everything was fair. So I looked at the ferries and I was getting prices of around about 466, right the way up to sort of 620 from Irish ferries through to P&O and the different ferry operators operating from out there. So I thought, yeah, okay, it's going to be about 466. However, I put in the shuttle. This is through the Caravan and Motorhome Club bookings as well. So you do get a bit of discount, and I did both through that. I put in the shuttle and it came up same time or very similar time for crossing, 566. So about £100 different. In fact, I think it was probably less than that, because when I started to look at crossings right close to midday, it was nearer the £500 mark. So we're probably about £70 more expensive on the shuttle. And you know what? I've taken the plunge. We've done it. We're going for it. So I've used the Eurotunnel with a car before many times, but I've never used it with a caravan. And we are quite a big outfit as well. Now, I'm not nervous, but I think I need to do a little bit of research and a little bit of checking up of what we need to do. If any of you guys have travelled on the shuttle before, particularly with the caravan, please drop the tips and hints down below. What do I need to know? Is there a best way to approach? Is there a good angle to get onto the ferry? Ferry? Is there a good angle to get onto the shuttle? What do I need to do about gas bottles and all these sorts of things? You know, if there are any tips, tricks, hints that you guys think we need to go before taking the car and caravan onto the shuttle, if you can let us know down below, that would be much, much appreciated. So, as I said, we're actually going to be away in France for well, 3 weeks nearly. I've only booked 2 sites. It's the main site at the moment, which is Estoril Camping, and our good old favourite just outside Calais is Bien Assise, or Bien Assise. You know the one. This is the one that's not too far from Calais. Got big pitches and all those sorts of stuff. So we've booked that for the last night before we cross back over the next day. But what are we going to do with other sites? Who knows? We're going to take the good old ACSI app with us, and we're just going to play it by ear. We're going to see how far we can get, what we can do, how we're going to stop over. So on the way down, we're going to have, let me think about this, Wednesday night, Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night. So on the way down, we got 4 nights, 4 stopovers. So I think that's going to be quite nice. I think we're not going to have to do too much driving during the day. Probably somewhere in the region of 150 to 200 miles. We can then probably get somewhere just after lunch, find somewhere to stop and have a chilled and relaxed afternoon and explore new areas and that sort of stuff. But on the way back, we've got basically Sunday night, Monday night and Tuesday night at Bien Assise. So we've got 2 stops to find on the way back. So a bit more of a push on the way back, but that should be fine. We are going to use the ACSI app. I'm also thinking about on the way down, probably push into the Alps again like we did a few years back, and do a bit of a trip through the Alps and maybe find somewhere to stop in the Alps. But I'm also, and you guys tell me whether you've done this before, you know, kind of as you look at it, pushing out over to the right a little bit, you know, moving across towards Switzerland, maybe into Belgium, pushing that way down, maybe because of where we're going, you know, touching into Italy and back in. Is that a sensible thing to do? How much extra driving will I have to do? I haven't really started to plan it yet, but I have been thinking about it. So that's our trip booked and we're all excited about that. Now, one of the things I have been asked to do before, and I keep meaning to do this, I will definitely do it now we booked up, and I'll put this out probably in the next 2 or 3 weeks, is Caravan Escapades guide and tips and tricks to caravanning in France. So, you know, it's not gospel. This is the way we do it. This is what we found out. This is what we found works well. What not to do, what to do, what paperwork you need, you know, what certificates you need, how to carry up, how to cope with the tolls, all those sorts of stuff. We will put basically the Caravan Escapades tips and tricks to caravanning in France. So I will start to think about the content for that and probably put that, give me 2 or 3 weeks to put that out there, and I will put that out there as well. And probably when we talk about that, I'll be able to give you a bit more of an update. So the only other thing, the only other main thing that I really need to book is the insurance. You guys know that or I've mentioned this before, that we always use Red Pennant. It is a little bit more expensive. I think I've already had a quote. It's about £128 for us. The car covers the medical, covers the caravan. You name it, it is pretty bomb-proof. Now, we haven't had to claim on it, but I have spoken to and read about other people that have, and they say it is absolutely hassle-free, gives them peace of mind in what could and has been a stressful situation. So I will be going with Red Pennant again. You guys, if you've got an experience with Red Pennant, let me know below. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. I'll leave you guys up to it. What I would like to say is thank you very much for watching, and thank you very much for your continued support. What is interesting is actually, when I look at the statistics, a lot of you guys that are watching aren't actually subscribed. It would really, really mean a lot if you wouldn't mind subscribing. It doesn't cost you anything, but what it will do is really help out the channel and help us to keep producing content. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. We really look forward to seeing you very, very soon.